really fucking. It's an incredible read.
Basically Satanist for you.
Yeah. But
Oh yeah, I know all about man.
But even so, I question, was it all for show? Because, you know, they like to portray that for the music scene. I bet they probably went home and grabbed their cross and they're like, please forgive me. You know?
No, because there was actual murders and shit in that band. You know what I mean? It's not the typical.
But for like 300 or 400 years, Christians murdered everybody who didn't want to be Christian. So I mean, they're not clear neither. So
no, that is not the religion. That is people themselves.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Well, that's different than, say, Somali pirates or fucking Muslims that have AK-47s and nuclear capability, you know what I mean, and C4.
Look at me. I am the captain now. I know the way.
We have the Ebola.
We give you the Ebola. You give us the ship, we give you the Ebola.
Sounds like a fair trade.
Why doesn't this room work, you liar?
Huh.
Cards Against Humanity, not working.
Did you set your name?
Yeah.
Did you try the capital B in the password?
Is it actually case sensitive?
Yeah.
It really is, yeah.
Yeah, I had to find that out myself.
Damn it, Douglas.
Welcome to the truth, Crystal.
Doug is behind everything that's world's problems.
Truth chat with Cards Against Humanity.
A law still in effect that if the United States finds bat guano anywhere, they have the right to claim it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, why the fuck do we need bat guano? We've got enough bullshit in the country.
Good Trump.
Well, that's
just rainwater as well.
Yeah.
I hope Trump gets assassinated.
Well, if the FBI weren't listening before, they sure are now.
Let them come to my door.
I should have raised a brow or two. Hello there, food eater.
Go tell him that's not very nice.
And they can take him Trudeau. They can take Trudeau while they're at it.
Damn bullshit. Why am I cards are?
Remember that time we were attacked by the FBI?
You really freaked me out because I thought it was.
In 20 years, and we're gonna laugh.
It's gonna be so funny.
Wounds, but we'll laugh.
Yeah. Oh boy, those were the days.
Oh man.
Remember the distance they got on that door when they busted in? Oh my god.
Remember when they
bombed your apartment?
Remember when they held your face to the ground with the back of their foot?
Oh boy.
Memories.
Good times, good times.
Nah, we're good. Don't worry. I mean, a few fucking single shits about people on a Discord, you know what I mean?
Justin Trudeau shows up and says, hey, what's all this about? We're sorry.
Don't get me started on Justin Trudeau, please. Please don't get me started.
I've heard he is nowhere near as loved as his dad was.
His dad was one of the worst things that happened to Canada. He put us into trillions of dollars of debt, and he was a separatist. That's a bad thing.
That's a bad thing.
His funeral was supposedly one of the most watched things ever in Canada, even more than hockey, and even more than the Queen's speeches.
I'd spit on his fucking grave, and I'd spit in Justin Trudeau.
Oh man. How's it going, Robin?
Are we streaming, by the way?
Yes we are.
The second one sounds like a whole Goodwill thing.
So what are you saying bad about Goodwill?
No, I'm not saying anything bad. It just sounds like something that would happen there because they're fighting over the most lowest price thing.
What you
She
don't
justifies-
realize is you actually go to Goodwill, there aren't a lot of poor people shopping at Goodwill.
Bruh, she justifies that little kid off of Inuyasha. Don't listen to her.
A lot of people will pull up in like Mercedes Benz and stuff. They'll hop in, they'll grab a pantsuit for $5, and they'll go to an interview.
Who won?
Oh, remember that time we were attacked by ethnic cleansing?
Those were the days.
Those were good days.
Hmm.
Yeah, not Minecraft this time. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow.
You might be a redneck if you experience blank firsthand.
Your sister.
Uh,
Hating Obama because he's black?
I didn't say anything about Obama.
Racist.
Actually,
Yeah.
no, that's my grandmother.
Why aren't saying things about Obama? Because you're racist.
Why must people construe my words?
They misconstrue your words.
Yeah, that's mess.
I got this. There we go.
M. Night Shyamalama Lama 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 Ling Dong.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Sorry,
sure that's
Mel
exactly
Gibson.
how that
I'm
goes.
sorry I killed your wife. This movie fucking sucks. Now go back inside and get a group baseball bat, because that's what you and Joaquin Phoenix are gonna show up each other's asses.
Give me more money for my shitty movie.
His movies are so fucking stupid.
So bad. Look at Avatar. He slapped everybody in the face with Avatar: The First Airbender. Fucking, he didn't even read or look at Avatar. He's just like, yep, I'm gonna wing it.
Well, everybody is up in arms about the new Teen Titans movie. And while I've never really been a fan of the cartoon or any of the other stuff,
Your points are valid.
but the one chick went from a pale, I think she's an alien female with like red hair, to a black prostitute with curly purple hair.
No.
I saw that. I saw that. No, it's awful. I got a million eggs from that.
No, Starfire was always dressed like a prostitute. It doesn't matter.
Well,
Personally,
they've
I liked
only
Raven.
personified it.
Raven was the best. No, Starfire was always dressed like a prostitute. That doesn't make a difference. It's the fact that they made her black. She wasn't black, she was an alien. Fucking goddamn blackies.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Okay then.
all right. Take a breath.
White is
and
right.
Tell us how you really feel.
White is right. Why would you make an alien into a black chick? It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like making Roland from the Dark Tower into a black dude. He was not black. It made it very clear he's not, and you're doing it to pander to ethnic minorities.
Amen. Preach on.
You know Death Note, right, Aaron?
Yes.
Have you seen the live action?
No.
Yes.
Well, guess what they did to L in the live action?
Dun dun
They made him
dun.
white, didn't
What'd you say?
they? They made him white, didn't they?
Nope, they made him black.
What the fuck? What the fuck? That makes no fucking sense.
I figure since guess we're talking about the whole wife action exchange. I figure I'd bring that up.
Why the fuck would you make Asian a black person?
They had to. They gotta do it.
It's the law, man.
It is.
No! You guys shut your filthy mouth. That's like making Colonel Mustang into a fucking Asian. He was clearly Western Asian. Doesn't make sense.
I'm sensing that you're a bit upset about this, okay?
Tell me about your mother.
Is your mother single? Does she? Because, I mean, I can bang a cow all I want, but I'll never get the meat unless I eat the pussy. So, if you want me to catch you outside, how about that? I'm going to have to learn about your mother, okay?
I'm not going to sugarcoat that, because you would eat that too.
I'm not going to drown this in syrup, because you might stick it on your nipples.
Or up your buttock.
Or up your butt.
Oh man.
I go home.
I know what's up your butt.
I go home and I get pegged by my wife daily.
She's got a big old 13-incher.
I ain't discriminatory.
And the dildo's black.
We're all going to hell.
Me and Daryl have already signed a lease in hell like 20 years ago.
Oh yeah, that property has been sealed.
Yeah.
I'm on a first plane ticket to hell, so I mean, I understand.
I'm already there.
If I was going anywhere, it'd probably be purgatory.
Rather that than heaven, where you have to be a farmer for God. Fuck that.
Oh wow.
I thought purgatory is for like in between, like you roam the earth forever.
Yeah, it's just supposed to be kind of this like abysmal place where like you just don't really do anything. Like
I wouldn't want to watch humans being stupid year after year. I wouldn't want that.
Well,
Entertainment.
That's what we do it anyways. That's called life.
Oh wait, the cards are out.
Fuck life.
Oh, there's one of these freaking cards that really need translated about Sven.
Should I translate it now?
Nope.
Nah, I'll just go with
Already
this one. This one seems like it probably fits it.
Yay!
The bar des sits. It's easy. Come on.
Ghost. Yeah.
Ha!
Basically.
Yay.
Blank period. Ha!
Blowing my boyfriend so hard he shits.
You said what?
Blowing my boyfriend so hard he shits. I wish I had a boyfriend that actually cared about me, Sam.
Yeah, well, you know, you'll find one someday and all that jazz.
Sam, are you breaking up with me?
Is cheating considered breaking up?
Fucking whore.
Thank you. I've never had someone call me such a nice name.
I love you, Sam.
I love you. I'm awesome. I touch myself at night. I'm so awesome.
Did we explain that story about how Sam was our god in high school?
Oh, Jesus Christ, please do.
Oh yeah, that was great. That was the great stuff. Yeah.
That was the greatest.
That was...
If anything.
Yeah, like we never did make the 10 Commandments. We really should have done that.
Should
The
have.
magnet.
Yeah, we convinced the counselor that it existed, though. So that's what matters.
Oh fuck.
Oh, it was great. Like, we had this whole, like cult conspiracy, thing worked out. Like, it was pretty magnificent. Essentially, we just blamed everything on Sam and said, well, it's all his fault. Obviously, I mean, he's our god. We got to do what he says. Like,
I'm gonna go ahead and make a new graphic that says "God Sam it,"
gosh, yeah,
and then I'm gonna have my face and then myself pointing a thumb at me, and we're gonna have to print that shirt out and print like 20 or 30 of them.
20 or 30.
God Sam it.
Minecraft episode 1: How to survive.
Be back.
Alrighty.
No. How dare you?
Oh, that's
Wow,
almost
that's-
fitting.
You think you know someone, Crystal? She probably peed herself.
Oh, this might be good. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Cards is autoerotic asphyxia.
Wow.
Minecraft episode 1: How to survive autoerotic asphyxia. That would be amazing. All right.
In the new update.
As possible, as a response rather. See, English, I can't do it. Raptor, that one fits.
I've tried audio erotic asphyxiation. It doesn't do it, you know? Just doesn't do it.
For me, I have to think about Dr. Phil getting pegged by his wife with his big 13-inch black dong.
That's what works.
I just burst in my pants.
You're gonna have to go clean that up.
Nah, the underwear is there for a reason.
He's not protesting pants like you.
Yeah, well.
Yes, damn you freak.
It helps when I fart.
Oh!
Loose-fitting jeans.
You don't know Dr. Phil? Oh man, Dr.
no,
Phil.
He doesn't know me.
He's
Oh,
like
boy.
such a source of great comedic relief. He's not intentionally. Don't get me wrong. He's supposed to be a doctor, but yeah, he's quite something. Basically, he actually got his start on the Oprah Winfrey show.
Yep.
She pulled him in for like a sideshow every week, I think. Welcome back.
Thanks.
But eventually he got his own spin-off full-on show, and now he's actually got the Dr. Phil show where he basically psychologically evaluates people right there on the spot. Yes, he is. He is in scary movies.
He creates a spectacle for his audience completely.
Yeah. I call out into the darkness, but all that comes back is blank.
Yep.
It's Satan.
That's it.
Our Lord and Savior Satan. I love Satan.
Sounds good. Oh yeah, but so like I convinced the counselor that we have an ancient book, the Ten Commandments. It was like buried in Sam's yard, and all this crap. And so like,
Shit.
well, the whole thing. I don't know if that's exactly where it started, but it was this particular conversation anyway that I'm thinking of. I remember our teacher in what was that class? Literature, I think.
Mr. Savini.
Yeah. And he was like going around sending everybody to the principal's office who didn't have their books because he was tired of them not having their books. And so Well, at that time, I think there was 4 of us in our little clique there. Yeah, it was Snickers and Aaron. I was trying to remember who the other 2 were. I knew it was Aaron. I was like, who is?
Snickers?
There was a dude named Snickers. I think his real name was Josh, but everybody called him Snickers. Josh Wyatt, I think.
Snickers?
Yep.
Yeah, Snickers, like the candy bar.
Fucking racist.
Not going anywhere for a while? Try a Snickers.
Yeah, those things. But so yeah, he goes around and sends everybody to the principal's office that doesn't have their books, and Aaron didn't have them, Josh didn't have them, and then Sam didn't have them. I did. I had them in my book bag. I carried around everywhere, and I just asked him if he wanted to go or if he would rather that I went, and or something to that effect. And he was like, I guess I can take the book. So I gave him my book, much to the teacher's confusion, who's standing there literally looking at us while we do this. I hand Sam my book, and I go to the office.
It turned out better that way, though.
Yeah. So there's where I explained to the counselor, because we didn't end up at the principal's office. No, we go talk to the counselor, because obviously we need evaluated.
Well, naturally.
Yeah. They constantly thought I needed evaluated for something, but
maybe they just loved evaluating you.
I mean, I guess probably that sounds likely.
We just supple boobies again.
So yeah, there's where we had the discussion about why we would do things for Sam, and how well it was because he was our god, and then like Aaron was just like agreeing with everything. It was so freaking hilarious. Like, because this guy was the type of guy who took everything literally. Like, one of the times I went to the office, well, to the counselor rather, was because I said I would rather shove a pencil through my head as opposed to do this math homework. And like, they were just aghast. Like, oh my god, how could you do such a thing? And so they sent me to the counselor who asked me about why I would literally do that. And so yeah, they took everything literally. So it was not hard to get him on board with this story about how Sam was our god, and this is why we do everything. Because he commanded. Like, I should be playing cards.
Yeah, fuck, hurry up, I'm the card Khazar.
The card Khazar. In my junior year of blank, I changed my major to blank studies and got a bachelor's degree in blank.
Well, let's not forget hydraulic desk.
That was amazing.
So back then, lowriders with hydraulics were a much bigger talking point, I suppose you could say. And I grabbed the desk by the front and I start acting like the desk has hydraulics, and I ripped the whole wooden top off.
Good job.
Ripped it off. But these desks were already 40 years old anyways. So, yeah, Mr. Savini didn't give a shit. He was just like, there's another one over here.
Yeah, he was such a bipolar teacher. Like, some days, he didn't give a crap what happened. He could care less. Other days, oh my god, you just didn't even look at him right. Like,
do you remember...
Thanks, Robin.
I'm not sure whether you were part of this class or not, but his first year of teaching, he was in somebody else's room. So he was borrowing, I forget whose classroom it was, but he was giving kids a quiz, an oral quiz, and not the oral quiz, but he was like looking for stuff to give the kids. So he goes into this teacher's desk and start handing out candy. And the other teacher comes back kind of stumbling around, about ready to have a fucking diabetes coma. And yeah, diabetic situation where he was trying to get sugar because his blood sugar was fucking whatever the hell
Huh.
that is called. Yeah, the dude was in really bad shape, and he had to have like candy around to keep his blood sugar in check.
Right. Yeah,
And
that.
yeah, Mr. Savini was just giving it out to the kids.
Wow.
I don't get it.
He's just like giving his out.
He was giving this other guy's candy out.
Right. That's what I thought you were saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't Mr. Savini's at all. No.
I don't get it.
That's terrible.
I don't get it.
So I mean, I guess just basically, this kid would bring that because he had that blood sugar problem. Yeah, like there's a guy at work like that too. He's one of the few people who's actually allowed to have candy up there by the register because if his blood sugar gets low, he has to eat that crap as in a case of emergency. So yeah, I guess this kid was basically the same way. And then Savini, I mean, did they explain that to him?
No.
So, should I read?
I mean, I guess I'm the Charizard, but yeah, I guess you can. You haven't yet.
Okay. I now have to masturbate to an old guy who is almost dead.
that really flows real well.
Hmm. I now have to masturbate to each person. I now have to masturbate to 50 Shades of Grey. Well, if you're into the whole dominatrix thing, sure.
That's like a shout out to a previous black card.
Racist.
That'd be insane. I now have to masturbate to slowly orbiting my prey. How the fudge do you do that while you're masturbating?
That sounds, yeah, kind of curious. I just like the way that this one flows.
Around elementary schools all the time.
I can just see that on Discovery Channel.
Actually, you know what? I have to kind of break the conversation here, and I have a grievance, Mr. Canadian. Now here's the thing: you guys no longer use the 1 cent coin, correct?
Correct.
Huh.
So why the fuck does it still end up in my change? Give it to somebody. They tell me, no, that's Canadian. We can't accept it.
Because rest in pepperoni-itis.
Rest in pepperoni. Yeah.
Here's what happened. I probably have like $1.50 in Canadian change, like from nickels and pennies and even a quarter. And what happens is somehow it crosses the border and it gets into our system.
Are you making fun of me?
But I'm just saying, I have your change. If you would like to claim it, please.
I feel like you're making fun of me.
Not at all. I'm just saying that I have a pet peeve that for whatever reason I am allowed. No, I'm basically forced by people to accept Canadian change. But when I try to give it back out when I'm buying something, they look at it and go, no, we won't accept it.
I'd say one of the worst things to be crushed to death by would be...
Don't have what coins? Is that like a pound? Is that like a... I'm at a loss for the term. I guess it's pounds. I don't know. Yeah.
Pretty British.
Yeah, there we go.
Canadians have amazing names for coin. They call them
fucking racist.
You know, I'm not sure I've ever seen pound coins.
You fucking racist. Eh?
Are they like literal pounds? Do they weigh a pound each? Or like if they're 5 cents, they weigh 5 pounds?
No.
Oh crap, I gotta play.
Further from the truth.
I'd say one of the worst things to be crushed to death by would be...
So I'm going to keep this Canadian penny, and I am going to cherish it forever because it is now literally effing worthless.
Well, once we have butt sex, you can show that to me and I'll get even harder.
No, I'm alright.
Oh, we're gonna have butt sex. It doesn't matter.
Well, only if you can grab Dr. Phil's strap on, okay? You're gonna have to get it from his wife. It's the big 13-inch black one.
Okay, you guys, stop making fun of Dr. Phil. I'll actually like him, thank you.
Get 5-pound notes?
Well, I'd pull my penis out, but you'd suck that too.
Stop making fun of Dr. Phil, Sam. I like him. He is a registered doctor, regardless of what you think.
Pleasure and the pain.
I've got a little pain back here. That's not what I do, okay? I can analyze your brain, but I can't. Oh my God, that's a big penis.
I'm going to kill you, Sam.
So, like, are there coins? Or is it all just paper? I'm carrying on 2 conversations.
There are pound coins and there are pound notes.
Yep, and here's this guy you're...
Canada.
Who's this guy we're picking on? I don't know. Who do you refer to? Or unless, are you talking about Dr. Phil?
Are you talking about me, okay? I'll tell you, I'm a doctor. I can do all that.
I swear to God, Sam, if you keep making fun of Dr. Phil, I swear to God, I love Dr. Phil. You leave him out of this.
Oh yeah, that would be Aaron.
Well. Here's the thing, okay? I'm not sure you can really tell whether I'm being Dr. Phil or Mr. Mackey from South.
Mr. Mac.
So,
Okay.
I might be doing both, okay?
Oh my God, it gives me great ideas. Like,
Should I read?
Sure, read.
Okay.
No.
Interrupt me again, Aaron, and see what happens.
At least your mouth is shut. Go ahead.
Interrupt.
I collabed with some friends to make a costume made entirely of cardboard boxes. It could have been worse. I collabed with some friends to make a story that should be cringe-inducing, but I can't help but I love it. Could have been worse. I collabed with some friends to make casually hiding your boner in your pants. Like that doesn't even fit.
Too bad it won.
You.
Fuck me. That's steroid job. Wait, hold on.
Professor Styles comes on top. Every time.
Every time.
okay, so we have an inquiry. Why do a lot of Canadians speak French as well?
Because Montreal's a shithole.
Ah.
No, we'll have to ask the professional.
Hey, fuck you! You can get good drugs there.
Well, since you're going to tell, did you coherent bullshit? Well, what's on?
Wow, I didn't know you could speak French.
Yep.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, monsieur. Je suis très bien. Et tu?
We just instantly offended every French person.
Oh, that reminds me of the one time I tried to be a shining knight and tell the truth, and it still got me in trouble, was French class. That fucking teacher wanted to suck my dick, I guarantee it, because she hated the fact that I wouldn't give her my little 13-year-old pee-pee. I guarantee it. What happened was, we're in French class because I had just flunked out of German. So everybody, for whatever reason, when you're a teenager, you love to jump up and touch as high as you possibly can. Don't know why. Kids do. So we're jumping up to see if we can touch the clock. And
I don't know what you're talking about. I never did.
tap the clock. The glass face of the clock falls and breaks. And people, of course, there are the girls over there because we all now know how girls are, fucking evil. They wanted to tell on me. So I said, you know what? I'm going to nip this in the bud. And somebody literally grabbed it and threw it, shattering it into additional pieces, saying, evidence you're okay now. I'm thinking, the teacher wasn't here. So, I mean, she's going to end up seeing the clock doesn't have a face on it. So we're sitting there waiting for the teacher. She arrives. I go up to her, and I'm trying to be nonchalant about it. I'm like, hey, I made a mistake. We were horsing around.
Get to the point.
I slapped the clock, and the face came off, and it broke. And she goes, to the office. And I'm thinking in my head, no, I don't think you understand what I'm saying here. I made a mistake. I'm repenting. You're supposed to go, well, I appreciate your honesty. Please sit down. We'll get on with our class. Nope. Go to the office. I'm like, still, I don't think you understand what we're doing here. I mean, I'm
Await
honest.
your
I'm supposed
punishment.
to get away with it, that kind of stuff. No, I was in school suspension for 2 fucking weeks.
See, I couldn't even get that if I tried. Like,
because you weren't honest.
That's the problem.
Was that the point? What a horrible story, Sam. I was expecting something hilarious that I'd bust my asshole over.
We have an inquiry. Is that why you thought that she wanted to do what you said that she wanted to do?
Yes. The thing is, that chick was such a hoe bag. She was like middle suburbia wife of 3 kids. She's a wife of 3 kids. A wife with 3 kids. And she just wanted the hot preteen ding dong. I can see it in her eyes.
Why wouldn't you get on that?
Oh,
She's
man.
trying to teach us French, and I'm like, I don't give a shit what color red is. Red is red. I'm not going over there. Fuck them.
Why wouldn't you get on that, Sam?
See, like, I went there once because I was like posing as somebody who should be there just to be in class with Sam.
Yeah, he loved me.
There for like was it my first year of high school? I think it might have been. I literally just walked around to Sam's classes, and
It was middle school or one.
Was
of them.
it? I can't remember. No, you're right. It was because Mr. Cherry was there, and that was junior high. So.
God, Mr. Cherry.
Yeah, and I went to Mr. Cherry's class originally, and your class schedule. And I made it through I don't know how many of your classes, and nobody figured it out. And I think it was that class that figured it out. I think it was Mr. Cherry. I think he was the first one that figured it out. Like, wait a minute. You don't belong here. All the other ones didn't question it.
Well, have I said, I'm not sure whether I've said it on this stream or not, the whole A Christmas Story fantasy situation? Where Ralphie writes the whole essay about getting the Red Ryder BB gun, and he thinks the teacher's going to praise him.
Yeah.
Instead, she scolds him. I had a moment like that, and I don't think you were in that class, but I know Aaron was. Not this Aaron, but our white goth king Aaron. A weird story in and of itself.
Oh, I can't believe that, so.
Yeah. So Mr. Cherry was trying to teach us on like 1985 iMacs or whatever the fuck they were.
They were IBMs.
They were actually Macintosh though.
Oh, what? Was it Macintosh IBM?
No, these were definitely Macintosh.
Huh.
Yeah. He was trying to teach us because I remember nothing that I learned in school carried over when we actually.
Pick your card.
So, okay, now that I'm getting bitched at to pick a card, slow down the story. So, I was trying to teach us how to instant message or like email. We were trying to learn how to like email. Some form of something. He said, okay, I just want a short little poem, And he said the best one, I'll print it out and I'll put it on the wall for the next class to see or whatever. And I'm thinking, I don't know any poems. So immediately I'm thinking, there once was a man from Nantucket.
Hard on Cards Against Humanity.
Which, at that point, I had only heard who got his foot stuck in a bucket. I didn't hear the whose dick was so big he could suck it version. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, there once was a man from Nantucket who got his foot stuck in a, oh, forget about it. And then I wrote like a couple more lines or whatever. And the dreams of grandeur are going off in my head. I'm going, this is going to be amazing. He is going to praise me. He is not only going to print it out and put it on the wall, but he's probably going to take it around and have it like printed in the school newspaper. This is one of my finest moments. My finest fucking moments ever. This is the pinnacle of my teenage life. I'm going to be famous for this. Everybody's going to be saying my freaking line back to me like Andrew Dice Clay. What's in the bowl, bitch? You know, stuff like that. So I thought this was the greatest thing to ever happen to me. So I'm sitting there and he's going, Teresa, funny. Haha, I like that one. You're almost there. There's somebody else who's funny. Tony, yeah, you're doing great. And then I'm sitting there and there's a pause. And he goes, Samuel.
To the office.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Your name's Samuel?
Pardon me?
Your name's Samuel?
No. It's Anal Raper Bahamut the Third.
Of course.
I thought Sam was short form for Samantha. I thought Sam was short form for Samantha.
Yeah, that too. But he goes, if you ever write something that vile to me ever again, I will print it out and send you to the office. And I'm thinking, all my dreams are now crushed. And I am sitting there and I'm going, oh my God, why didn't he like it? Like, I had no clue why he wouldn't like it. What a dick.
What a fucking... what's the word I'm looking for? A Debbie Downer.
Exactly.
Now this was Mr. Cherry?
Yes.
Well, this makes total sense then. I mean, okay, so one of my finest moments with Mr. Cherry was when he tried to convince our entire class that he was not Mr. Cherry, but in fact his twin brother that we never knew about, and Mr. Cherry had been kidnapped, and we have to, and we have to sleuth out. We have to sleuth out who kidnapped him, why, and how, and all this crap. We got to work out the details, right? And he was 100% legit trying to get us to believe this.
I think I remember something like that, yeah. There was one time where he got so mad at me and Aaron, not this Aaron, but the White Goth King Aaron. I have reiterating that. But he made us, we couldn't use the computers, so we actually had to read these pamphlets that he had written or he had printed off. And he was telling us all this crazy shit in these pamphlets. And that's when everybody was scoffing at the fact that Al Gore created the internet. That stuff was in there back in 97. So, as if that dates us or anything. But, you know, anyways. So, we're not old at all. We're still 16. Yeah. Anyways. But yeah, I was like, when people were laughing, they're like, Al Gore did not. I'm like, well, I mean, that's what I learned way back before Al Gore was even a human being.
Wait, he isn't a man bear pig?
Man bear pig, super cereal.
Well.
see? Yeah. Wow. Whoever was Kazar on that one, you're lame.
It's me.
Oh, you're lame.
It was kind of a tough decision, but
Ask me about damn it, Douglas.
yeah, we'll just stick to blaming him.
Fucking Douglas.
After a while, people are going to start wondering who he is.
Oh, they'll know. Soon enough, they'll know.
But yeah,
Oh,
I think I know this is like a way throwback in the conversation, but I just wanted to reiterate because I don't. Well, actually, not reiterate, but I just wanted to clarify that I think I went around to Sam's classes for almost 2 weeks, if not 2 weeks,
It was
before
quite a while.
finally somebody figured it out, and I do believe it was Mr. Cherry.
Well, I remember the look on. I think it was Mr. Cherry's face. I remember the look on his face. He's like, "You don't have your class schedule," and you're just like, "Nope."
Yeah. At that point, I think I actually just confessed that I've been following you around.
The cat was out of the bag at this point. Daryl had been learning classes that he wasn't supposed to learn. He was confiscated and put away by the FBI.
Yeah.
How dare you learn things you're not supposed to learn, Mr. Marlowe?
Yeah.
Now I'm giving everybody information. Like, remember, we already know where you live. We know your last name now. We know your first name.
It's not bad enough I'm getting hacked 3 times a day.
Exactly, your Crunchyroll.
is it bad to say that I'm one of those people hacking you?
Oh,
That's actually
well, that makes sense.
You know what really confuses me
Hey,
is
Crystal.
the fact that this morning I was playing Minecraft, right? I know, I play Minecraft as if anybody cares because most of the
Hot ass.
How dare we play Minecraft? So I'm on at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I had just come back from like 11,000 blocks out to my main island, and I'm packing the stuff that I had collected on the way back, and I got a gray parrot, so I'm putting everything away, and I'm like, all right. So I shut down my computer, and then I pop open my phone, and I'm just checking if there are any messages, and it said at 2:56 this morning, somebody had tried to log in to my Craigslist email because I have a specific email for dealing with
Me.
Craigslist. Yeah, well, so sweet. But it said it came from my town. It just didn't know where it had come from. And I'm going, that is
Wow.
so freaking weird. Because
Because we're kind of doing that right now.
Kazar was lame.
well, who the hell would want to hack an email that has nothing in it? I mean, what happens is if somebody wants something, they'll email me, I'll respond, then we talk, and after we've met, the email gets deleted. I mean, if somebody gets raped at the meeting, who is probably not going to be me, I don't want the email hanging around. So, so I delete all my emails after I make the final sale. Who the hell is trying? It says Craigslist in the freaking email. It's like it's blanks Craigslist at blankmail.com. I'm like, who the fuck wants to hack that? But then
Right.
again, who would want to hack your Crunchyroll and watch anime all the time?
Well, it's like I said, there's sometimes information attached to it that they can use, and I think that's really the end goal. They're trying to, really fish out what all kind of information they can get on you. Can they get a bank account information out of it? Maybe your credit card, or
They
get
are
into
going
your
to be
PayPal.
disappointed when they find out that not only do I not have an actual cell phone, I have a cell phone that I use for like Wi-Fi. That is it. There is no cell phone signal, nothing. Not only do I not have any sort of accounts that I use, banking or otherwise, I am pretty a fucking boring ass motherfucker that all these people are gonna be like, why the fuck waste our time hacking this guy? Shit, we need to hack and give him a bank account so that we can steal money out of it. It's like one time I was talking to Scott. I said, I think there's somebody, because there's leaves underneath my
Don't
window.
pick mine.
I hear them rustling around. And let's see here. If you can't be with the one you love, Were Hag Sanic. No. Well, I'm definitely going to love Divine Feces.
Thank God.
So I'm talking to Scott, and I hear somebody, I swear to God, there's somebody walking outside of my window. And I tell Scott, I'm like, what is there in my room for them to steal? They're most likely, I have a teeny tiny 13-inch CRTV that I use for television. They're going to look at the freaking teeny tiny 13-inch CRTV and go, shit, we need to go around and steal big screen TV and give it to these guys instead of trying to steal shit from them.
Are you talking about my cat?
Is your cat sexy?
Yes.
Well, then maybe.
Fucking cheating on me.
Hey, Mr. Meowsy gave it up.
Did somebody win?
Oh yeah, they did.
Yes.
No one won.
Me.
Oh yeah, looks like Aaron did.
As
No,
usual.
we're all losers.
It was such a good win, it kicked Okami Girl out.
Good riddance.
My fucking cards are again.
Wow.
This game hates me. Blank. Sure to permanently put an end to anyone's problems. Probably a desert eagle.
Praising the name of Allah.
Yeah.
Allahu Akbar.
Durka Durka Jihad.
Don't you insult my fucking God, Allah.
Durka 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 Durka. Durka Durka Jihad. Allah Durka Jihad.
I'm so offended, I'm gonna go fuck my camel.
Sweet.
Oh, thanks for the follow there,
No problem.
Johan.
No problem.
Welcome to the Fearsome Legion.
We apologize in advance.
Yeah, we should probably apologize in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joanne's fine.
I think somebody outside my house here just got murdered.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Won't be on the news though, I'm sure.
Nah. They'll just scrape the body up with some snow shovels, put it in a wheelbarrow, and it'll never be told.
It's only a dead body.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Population control.
We gotta kill a couple people every month, it's alright. Holy shit. Oh no. My Canadian penny. Oh god. Oh
Are you making
no.
fun of me, eh?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That is our word. You do not use sorry. That is our word.
But I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry.
Ah, you're a nurse? Oh, that's pretty cool.
Is it a hot nurse?
Oh god.
Hey, I was just telling a story earlier about a hot nurse.
If you're not hot, I don't know why you're not a nurse, or why you are a nurse.
Oh, I won that? Oh shit, I'm sorry. I just played whatever card I played.
I really didn't know what to pick, to be honest.
Man, you guys suck.
We're sorry.
We're sorry.
You do not
I'm
use
sorry.
You guys do not use that word. That is our word.
Okay, here's the thing. I have Canadian change. I actually have a Canadian embroidered flag
No.
patch that says Canada. I think amongst anybody in the United States, other than maybe the Minnesotians, if I am not the most eligible person to use based on the fact that I have like $1.25 in Canadian change and I have this
Fucking rude.
embroidered patch, I'm telling you, that's eligible. So if you don't like that, well then I'm sorry. Oh, Crystal pissed herself again. Oh, sounds like Heather's next on the block.
That's fucking rude.
Are you wearing your Depends, Heather?
Heather is fucking rude.
Things got really quiet, so I imagine she doesn't want us streaming the fact that she has to wear Depends.
No, I'm not wearing Depends. It's just that I may.
Underwear.
I'm not.
Your
I'm
poor
gonna shut up now. It's after dark, so.
Oh, Canada, I'm sorry.
Stop using our word.
I'm sorry.
I kind of feel like that probably should be in the anthem.
I'm sorry about that. I'll get in my car.
Are you fucking making fun of me, Abe?
You know I'm not. I'm
Oh
just
man,
sorry.
you know we're the only one we're missing. I really wish I could get him in on one of our streams.
Gibbs?
Would be no, well that would be funny too, but Nigel, someone that actually no one knows but me, but oh man, he'd be so
You hear
priceless.
how cocky he is? No one in the world knows Nigel except for Daryl.
Well, nobody here. I didn't say nobody in the world.
No, you said nobody knows him but me. So this man really doesn't have any parents. He has no friends or significant other. This person has just spawned on Earth, and Daryl's the only person who can see or hear this person.
He's the type of person who would have probably made a story to go along with that.
Yeah,
like, yeah, I actually am spawned on the Earth.
Just your imaginary friend.
he would have probably had a whole elaborate story for that. Like, I'll never forget his freaking story for butterfly chops. Like, or butterfly steaks, that's what it was. Butterfly steaks. Because, like, I was looking at it and I found him in my bunker, so I had to go take him back to him. And I just made this, quick, what was supposed to be quick joke. I was just like, oh, these are awfully big butterfly steaks. How big was this butterfly? Like, and then Nigel took that and he made a whole story on the spot. Like, he's like, oh, they're quite big actually. And I forget how big, but he had a size for them and everything. And he's like, they're found in Zimbabwe, where the residents there hunt them down in the caves with blow darts. They use poison because they feel like that adds flavor to the meat.
Penis or?
Oh man, it was messed up though. Like, he had this whole like detailed story on butterflies that are chopped up into steaks that are found in freaking Zimbabwe.
Now, saying Nigel reminds me of the radio DJ when we were like 15 or 16. There was a radio DJ named Nigel on X103. And I think before Nigel came in, there was Adam something or another, who I can't remember his last name. But I had this crush on this chick. and I figured, how could I be unique and how could I be fun? So I told her, hey, listen to X103. And I called up Adam and I said, hey, Adam, I said, could you do me a favor? He's like, what's that? I said, I've got a crush on a chick. Would you call her up and tell her I like her? And he goes, no problem, dude. Give me your phone number. I'm like, all right. So I gave him her phone number. He calls her up. He comes back. He is laughing hysterically. He goes, all right, dude, not a problem, taken care of. I'm like, okay. So I call her up and she's like, are you okay? And I'm thinking, I'm fine. Why? And 5 to 10 minutes later, here it comes, right? So he calls up, like me saying this to him is on air. And then he calls her up and he says, hey, Amber, it's Sam. And she's like, uh huh. And he goes, I'm gay. And then hangs up.
iJobs, I'm gay. Oh,
Now, the problem with this was the fact that my brother tells me that it wasn't only played once, it became its own like radio meme.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So like every once in a while, he would just hit a button and it would be like, "Hi Amber, my name's Sam. I'm gay." Like this became its own thing and I'm like, I don't know whether to be proud or offended.
Oh, yeah. Remember that time that you called me up and then told me about how the science teacher was talking about the kid that was stuck in the closet for the entire semester?
Yeah, and what a dumbass he was.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah,
Okay,
that was
let
me.
me yeah, let me preface this. So we're in Mr. Ham?
Ham, yeah, yeah.
We're in Mr. Ham's class, and Mr. Ham, for whatever reason, was special enough that he actually had a back room. So he kept this chair back there that I found out all too quickly screams when you try and spin it.
Yeah, I think by design.
Exactly, even though it's a spinning chair, so it kind of lulls you into a sense of spinning me.
Yeah, everybody does
And
that.
then and then it just fucking screams like it's getting raped. So he's making an example of lazy, unattentive kids who didn't pay attention and didn't do anything, even though that's just reiteration. So I'm like, what a fucking idiot, man. And then I go to Daryl and I'm like, dude, you're never gonna believe this. Mr. Ham was talking about this kid who sat in the back room the whole semester. And Daryl goes, yeah, that was me. And if the term egg on your face were true, I just took so many fucking egg loads all over my face like an egg bukkake. I I didn't put two and two together.
Oh man, yeah.
It was bad.
I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, wow, I lived on to be an example. That's amazing. Yeah, I guess he went on to tell kids that story from there on, using me as an example as to
Yeah.
what not to do, or you'll end up stuck in the closet.
Now I remember people telling me, they said they were like, what class do you have next? And I'm like, Mr. Ham, and they're like, oh no. He will sit the prettiest girls front and center, and he will sit there with his hands hidden for most of the class as he has you guys silently read. Which, if you think about it, was actually very fucking weird because even as poorly educated as our teachers were, they wanted to interact. Not Mr. Ham.
masturbation.
Yes, Mr. Ham was one of the only teachers that had a closed front desk.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we know why.
We know exactly why. And I'm sitting there and it was the first day. People were warning me. They're like, he's going to set all the prettiest girls in the front row and then like throughout the whole middle, it's all going to be females. And I'm going, man, there's a lot of high school rumors. When you're in high school, rumors fucking fly like pigeons. And I'm like, they're just whatever. Nope. the two hottest chicks in the very front, and then the whole middle section, because it was like three desks across, and then like 8 back or whatever. So there were 2 on each side, and then the center was all females, and I was set way far away against the wall to look out the window. And I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, that But the thing is, everybody, even as far back as your mom, said Mr. Hands
Yeah.
did that. Didn't
I was
you?
gonna bring that up, but yeah, you remembered.
Like so many not saying your mom's old at all, but I'm just saying it was funny to hear your mom have the exact same story
Yeah.
as what we're hearing. It's
Yeah.
like, this is really weird.
That really put it into perspective right there. It was like, whoa, what?
Hmm.
This has been going on that long?
I don't get it.
We'll get it from your cat. Jeez.
Wow.
Basically, Mr. Ham was a bit of a pervert.
That's an understatement. This dude was cranking loads into his free. He had some sort of contraption to catch him, I'm quite sure. This dude was cranking loads probably at least every single period of every single freaking day.
Okay, so is it true that Retreat is Canadian?
That is French. You
Ah.
racist.
Well, French and Canadian, they're kind of the same, though, aren't they?
Oh,
You racist!
somebody's giving poor Daryl some really bad information that he's gonna make a headache.
Right now, I am so triggered right now, you fucking Americans.
Here, let me apologize for him. I'm so sorry. My bud here, he's really not that smart, eh?
Don't you
he's not
use our
listening
word.
to what he's saying.
Am I hearing you using our word again?
I'm sorry, bud.
Don't you use that. Don't you dare.
Okay, I will speak more American. Hey,
Hey,
y'all, I'm sorry about that there. I think I may have said a bit bad, and then he said some bad stuff, and then he was just like, whoopsie.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Don't worry about it. Y'all come back now, you hear?
Yeah, I'll come back now.
Well, I'll come in your back. Don't you worry. Jesus Christ.
Remember,
You guys choose your cards already?
I did, yay.
remember, Mr. Gilbert's oil slicked hair?
Oh, you mean Mr. Gilberti?
Yeah, Gilberty, yeah. Freaking, it looked like I always expected to see it, and I never did. Like, I literally was looking for it, like oil dripping off of his hair. Like,
Well, let's not speak ill of the dead now. Come on.
oh well, I mean, yeah, who can really refute it at that point? I mean,
It's true though. It is true though.
Daryl? Sam?
It looks like he went to Texas and plunged his head into the earth and popped back up after finding an oil well. I mean, the dude's hair was so freaking greasy. And I don't mean to say this as a racist thing, but he was clearly Italian.
right.
I mean, the dude was so Italian. Everywhere he was singing "That's Amore." Everywhere he went.
Yeah.
Racist.
He would be in the bathroom taking a piss, going, "When the moon hits your eyes, pizza pie, that's amore." Oh, that felt good. God.
When the urine hits your eye.
There was a kid that we went to school with who could not have looked any more like a rat in the face.
Yeah, I still see him. He's actually somewhere around this town.
His fucking face haunts your dreams. Yeah, I'm quite.
Yeah, I even see him where I work too.
But we were in PE, and he was participating, but he didn't wear his clothes, so he
was naked?
supposed to. No.
He was protesting clothing.
Wishful thinking there, girl.
I
No, he wasn't wearing his PE clothes, but he was supposed to. And oh my god, that card is gonna be terrible. Oh god.
Oh.
I just played a card. I'm like, oh god, that one's gonna be fucking terrible.
I want to kill all the black folk.
You racist. But one of the thug kids ended up punching him in the face, and
Purple.
he like
Wow.
for whatever reason he kind of clung to me afterwards. He was like, "Thanks for defending me," and I'm like, "Did he hit you that hard? Because when he punched you, I walked the other direction." Somewhere in his head, he thought that I was trying to defend him. I'm like, I wasn't anywhere around it. I didn't want to get punched either. Watching him take a punch to the face was enough for me to learn I don't want to get punched.
Sexually stimulated from abuse. So I would like that.
I'm going to have to ask him about that next time I see him.
He probably won't remember it.
Probably not. The thing is, now he has a litter of mice himself.
Oh god. Oh no. That is the problem. Here's the thing. We lived downtown W Town. Would you say it was completely fucking, I don't know, devoid of any IQ at all?
Possibly.
Like most of the people that live down there, they love the demolition derby. They love banging their first cousin, or if not their own mom. Like these people were not the smartest people. So I go to Facebook and I'm kind of expecting these people to be dead. But not only are they not dead, they have like 5 or 6 retarded kids of their own. And I'm thinking, why, if there is a God in heaven, why does God allow this to happen? Now,
Well
at my
said.
age, I have chosen not to have kids. Not to say that I haven't had scares and possible accidents, but I've chosen not to have kids because I realize even at my age, I can't take care of myself, let alone I'm a shit demon.
Sam, your hand can't get pregnant. Stop it.
Well, I'm not so sure about that because the other day it was on its period and I just busted a load through it anyways.
Woo!
This black card sounds a lot like us tonight. You can
That's
only talk
racist.
about blank for so long before the feds show up.
Degenerates? Rule 34. Man, the Khazars have been fucking lame tonight.
Yeah, you fucking bunch of Khazars.
Fuck. Oh, purple? Like, that's funny.
Depends on whether it's your face or your penis. A purple face, hilarious. A purple penis, scary. Let me
Wow.
tell you from first-hand experience, since this is Cards After Dark, if you burst
Car
a blood
touching.
vessel in your penis. It's a scary experience.
I couldn't
Because-
hate the jars more tonight.
One day
can't-
you'll wake up and you'll see a gigantic purple spot on your penis, and you're like, "What the fuck is this?" And then you have to shamefully Google purple spot on penis, and then you start reading through pages like WebMD, which a purpose have AIDS, cancer, and Ebola.
That's
But-
normal for me.
Apparently, you also have some sort of practical prostate examinical something or another.
No,
So-
Sam. It's called Barney atosis isis. It's just having Barney in your penis.
Oh, okay. So he loves me a whole bunch, and he crawls up into my penis.
What about Fred?
Fuck Fred.
Ah,
You're
Oh,
mixing
that's
your
weird.
childhood memories. It's the "I love you, you love me" Barney, not the
I don't get it.
Huh?
My girlfriend lives 1,000 miles away. I don't get it very often either.
Well, if you would gay marry me,
Well, it depends on what part of Canada you're from, eh?
don't you use our words.
If you're from Nova Scotia, then maybe, because I really want to take a tour around some Trailer Park Boys areas and like the filming locations.
No,
If-
come to Ontario.
If you're from like Toronto, no, can't do that there, eh? No, can't do that. Saskatchewan, maybe. I want to go to and this is an ignorant American trying to pronounce this. I want to go to Rowlow, Saskatchewan. And even though you hate it, I would really like to see the old former the town where they did corner gas. So different stuff like that. Yeah, Jesus Christ, these stupid.
I'm so offended right now.
Did you say you're so unpregnant right now? If you're unpregnant, we're gonna have to fix that.
Well, come to Ontario and we can do that.
I can't come to Ontario. I can only ejaculate in Ontario.
Ejaculate in me. In Ontario. Jesus Christ, Sam. Like, you think you know someone, eh?
Well, I can't apologize, or else you'll scream at me for using your term.
Scream at people regardless, so you might as well.
I'm so sorry.
See, this is.
How dare you?
I didn't explain further as to why we need Nigel in these conversations. It's because he's British and.
There's no difference between Canadians and British people.
he,
No difference.
he would go into great lengths as to why the English language is his language,
So hold on. Let me.
and we're all abusing it.
Let me try and wrap my head around this. There is a British guy who gave up everything to come to America and work at Walmart.
Yeah. He was a mail order bride, and his wife ordered him in, and no, but he did. I guess he did come here to marry his wife. But however they met, I don't know. But
He
That
got
was-
fucked.
that was however many years ago.
He needs to fake his death and go home.
Fake is dead.
Jeez.
Or at least really kill himself.
Or at least really kill himself.
Present company excluded, but as far as I know, American women are fucking whores.
Straight up.
At least the ones that I've dated.
It's true, bro. It's true. They don't give two fucks about men, and they use them as objects. It's fucking disgusting.
Daryl knows exactly who I'm talking about, but I don't want to give her specific name. But
Oh, you're done?
this girl was married to her second husband, and this guy had done just about everything he possibly could to make her happy. So he's out earning money and he's keeping a roof over her head, and she's going, yeah, but he won't let me have a fuck buddy. And I'm going, because he's your fucking husband. If you weren't so stupid to rush into a second fucking marriage, oh, don't talk to me about marriage, don't make fun of me for getting married. You fucking rushed into one marriage, you had a kid, you realized you hated this guy, you fucking ran away. Then you get married almost immediately after divorcing your first husband you fucking rushed into. This dude's doing everything he can to keep her happy. And she's like, yeah, but I need a bigger dick and I need it more often. I'm going, you fucking whore.
She's a dumb bitch and a whore.
Like, straight up, this dude, she's bitching and complaining that he's at work all hours of the night. Yeah, so you can fucking keep a roof over your head. Yeah, so you can fucking keep all those 800 fucking channels on TV. Yeah, so just this stupid long ass fucking laundry list of shit that he was doing wrong to piss her off that she needed another dick for. And I'm going, why don't you just fucking go choke to death on a fucking dick?
Probably should.
The guy she's with now, I feel extremely sorry for him because I've been in that situation where you go into a relationship and you don't know what the previous guy has been through, but she tells you all these fucking stories about how terrible he is. Oh, he was an abuser and he was an asshole and he hurt me. But I want you to hold this knife up to my throat as you fuck me. Make me call you daddy, pull my hair, jam it in my ass without telling me first. And I'm going, maybe this guy wasn't the problem.
It's the Taylor Swift syndrome.
Taylor Swift.
The chicks I've dated have happened far before Taylor Swift. So maybe Taylor Swift has got something that they had.
No! It's a Taylor Swift syndrome, bro.
I'm ashamed to admit that I was sharding in a rented tuxedo this whole time.
Well, it doesn't surprise us. Go ahead.
Fudge you!
You can use the real F word.
Okay, fuck you. Hi, happy?
Oh, I was thinking more about the Canadian F word. Frig
Yeah, fuck you, Sam.
Yeah, he not sorry.
He's not sorry.
Not
No,
this
I know I
way,
did it in the Canadian way.
He's not sorry about that.
I'm ashamed to admit that I was a Broadway musical like Rent, but gayer this whole time. I don't even know what that is. Sorry.
Hey, stop using my word.
I didn't say it in the Canadian way.
I really apologize.
Fine then, I'll say it. My bad. Happy?
Yeah.
Not that shit.
Oh yes, that shit. My
It's
bad.
1990 all over again. Oh god, the Sega
I was
Game
born
Gear
a year
versus
later.
Nintendo Game Boy. Nintendo, what
I'm
Sega does.
I'm ashamed to admit that I was having anuses for eyes this whole time.
I don't get it.
I'm ashamed to admit that I was braiding free penises into a twizzler? Huh. This whole time.
Interruption.
Sorry.
I don't get it.
Wait, my bad.
I don't get it.
I'm sorry.
Hey, listen.
Damn it,
Hey,
Douglas.
listen.
No, not me. I will blow your fucking head open.
Hey, listen.
I'm gonna have to log on to the server just to go kill pixies now. Thank you very much.
What does Crystal have to say about this?
She's sorry.
You stop using that.
9 plus 10 equals
18? 26?
Well, according to oh my God, what's his dang name?
Trump.
Nigel?
No,
Franklin?
I'll be right back.
The hot male nurse.
crap. He was a substitute teacher.
Oh, Senior Stout?
Yeah, yeah. He actually demanded that you called him that.
The dude was
Not
whiter
sir,
than
not
a fucking
mister.
piece of printer paper. And he demanded that you called him Senior Stout. I'm sorry, sir. I don't know any Latinos named Stout. There might be some. There might. And I
All this
apologize.
sucks. So
I apologize to La Familia Stout. But as things are currently, this motherfucker was whiter than toilet paper and demanded you call him Senior Stout.
But yeah, he according to him, it just depends on how you look at it. That could equal just about anything.
But then again, this is coming from a white guy demanding you call him Senior.
Senior step.
Racist!
He was one of those teachers that took himself way too seriously.
Seriously, yeah.
Always carried that freaking green suitcase. Always wondered what was in that freaking thing.
Racist.
Then poor Mr. Pelfrey. Like, I feel bad for him looking back. Like,
fucking A.
I'm gonna get that Bert guy that lives in your house so offended. To Heather and Daryl.
There's
Whatever the hell his name is.
huh?
Whatever that guy's name is, the guy who gets offended at swearing and guys staying in the same room as girls.
Oh yeah, that one guy.
That guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Doug?
No.
Oh, no, okay, now I know what you're talking about. I can't remember his name either.
Doug, I think his name's Bert or Jasantropher.
Close enough.
I didn't know there was another guy living there. This is interesting.
no. There was somebody who temporarily joined our card game one day.
No, it's the guy who is courting Lisa. That butthurt idiot.
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about. That guy, Bert. Or whatever the hell his name is. The guy who gets all offended and starts screaming and shit.
Crickets.
You know what I mean? You don't act like I'm
Ah.
Jeez.
Are you gonna pretend like you know now, just to get him off your back?
Right.
Oh, yeah, I totally remember Bert, the guy
Yeah.
courting Lisa. Yeah, that dude who gets offended with naughty words. Yeah, him.
Yeah, that guy.
Totally. Someone call 911.
I already did. I already did.
Holy crap!
Wow.
Who the fuck wrote that? They should be banned.
I wonder who that was.
Wasn't even a written in card, but okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're still a retard for playing it.
Well, I didn't have anything else good.
I say that with slight contempt, but mostly love, I guess. I don't know.
What's content mean?
Contempt?
To be fair, it was better than my card, so.
But mine was accurate. I wrote 19. Fucking duh.
Yeah, that sucks, Sam. You
Yeah.
suck.
Can't win this game with logic. Oh, yeah, just so you know, I'm actually polishing your 1-cent Canadian penny here. Just because.
Aaron, I apologize in advance.
You should.
Anonymous user post. Heard you were sorry. Congrats.
Stop using my word.
Hold on. I don't even think that was Canadian. I think that was stroke.
Sorry about that.
Heard you were. Congrats.
Fuck you.
Fucking mouth.
No,
Damn.
I don't have to.
Grab a mirror and just watch your fucking mouth.
I don't like beer.
I didn't say that. Grab a fucking Q-tip and clean out your ear. I don't like mirrors.
I found that funny.
Well, I got 5 voices going on in my head, so it's kind of hard to hear.
I don't get it.
Are you crazy?
I'm talking about all of y'all.
Are you crazy?
I thought that had been established.
Well, clearly not, Samantha.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
Okay.
what did I say?
I'm sorry.
You stop using my word.
Me and Red Green are gonna go fix up my car.
You listen here, you want to be Canadian.
You want to be Canadian?
Oh, Canada.
Canada.
I'm going to drink some Molson.
Wow, you think you're so funny, eh?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you guys one more time. Stop saying our word.
All right, we're sorry. I thought I was an honorary Canadian.
No,
Not.
you guessed right.
I'm sorry about that.
Hey, cut that shit out, eh?
I just.
Wow, whoever was Kazar this round, wow.
Yep.
Jesus
That was
Christ.
Heather.
Oh shit, are you devoid of comedy?
Spell.
Like, do you guys not look at the cards, just randomly select and be like, yeah, that's pretty much good?
Yeah.
Oh, that is not the point of being a card Kazar.
I usually have my cards draw straws. And
No, there's no excuse. I am absolutely unimpressed. Sorry. Eh? Excuse me while I smoke my Canadian goose.
There is a show that is on YouTube from out in the Yukon. Again, me being an American, I don't know what the fuck geography is, so
Huh.
I couldn't tell you what. I know it's out west, but exactly what
I think it's
province
class.
part of. I don't get it. But it's yard sale scavenger hunt. Holy fucking hell, I love that. Basically, they have a list of things that they need to pick up at yard sales, and then they just go to yard sale to yard sale to yard sale, and they pick pick
Pick a lottery.
Yeah, and then they'll score it for points. Man, best 30 minutes of TV ever. Okay, go ahead and read that second card.
Wow.
You racist.
I'm sorry.
Oh, look, a moose.
Stop saying that, Sam.
You're just encouraging him more.
You listen here, Heather.
Fuck
didn't
you.
ask.
You listen, Heather.
I didn't ask.
Well then, fuck me then.
That's Daryl's job. Nobody else thinks that.
And I
Yeah.
wish he would.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Holy shit!
Am I?
Whoa!
Jeez.
Wow!
I guarantee, though, he's named his right hand Heather. Sometimes I genuinely feel bad because Daryl's just sitting here going, how does he know?
No reason.
Well, you remember that one time I came over and she had lipstick on. It was just like, dude, why you got lipstick on your hand? And you went, taco, taco, burrito, burrito, taco, taco.
I don't get it.
It's a South Park episode.
I don't get it. What's South Park?
I don't know, eh?
It's Kyvalry.
I think
There you
it's-
go. There you go. Use the wrong words, eh?
You know what? I'm getting sick of this, bud. We're just gonna have to have some moon mist and some molten, and we're just gonna have to forget about it, eh?
Are you trying to be racist right now? Because you're succeeding.
No racist. I'm sorry.
My blood vessels are gonna burst out of my skull. Stop using that word.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say your penis because it's the blood vessels in my penis are gonna explode. See, that's what I was talking about earlier with the purple spot.
The Barney.
Okay. Since this is Cards After Dark, I have to say something that is extremely gross, and yet us males are going to scream. I just have to. So, if anybody has a weak constitution, please listen anyway. So, when I was a teenager, I will try and put this delicately. I acquired a zit on a very delicate part of my genitalia.
What the fuck?
Let's just call it the shaft. So
What the fuck?
everybody's like, just leave it. It'll go away. It's fine. And I'm like, okay. But the problem was, when you're a teenager, you have to wash parts that when you're an adult, you can just leave alone. Especially if you don't get laid. So washing only made it worse. So I'm looking at it one day and I'm like, okay, those zits where the top is clear and you can see all the grossness inside. You're like, I got this, right? I can handle this. So I'm like, fine. I'm sick of it being there. I'm going to take care of this. So I decide I'm going to squeeze on it. And it popped. Everybody's like, ooh, story over. No!
Blood rushed out.
It Mount St. Helens. It did not go out the top. It popped out the side of the zit. It didn't break through the top. It broke through the side of the zit. So now I am crying because it hurt so bad. The zit on my penile shaft felt like it ripped completely through the whole thing.
That's hot.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Chivalry is telling everyone you know about a zit popping on your Oh, let's see here.
Hooray!
Poor Daryl, he's gonna need one of those chip removers, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it. Hey, stop using our words.
It took you a while.
Don't you pick on me.
This basically sounds like any black card from any of Daryl's subscribers at this point. After that terrible video about that guy talking about the zit on his penis, I just had to unsubscribe from that dude.
Lag stopped by just long enough to say that he doesn't approve of streaming Cards Against Humanity. He said that you should just play it.
Oh, well,
Oh, he's a bitch.
Lag, we're sorry.
Hey, and tell him he's a bitch.
For whatever reason, Lag was, I mean, I don't know the guy, but Lag kind of seemed like a puppy dog to me because he would always follow Daryl around and talk to Daryl, but he wanted nothing to do with me or anybody else, really. He just seemed like Daryl was his best friend and only friend, and even when his dog passed away and I was like, have him talk to me because I had just had a dog pass away. He didn't really seem like he wanted to talk very much about his dog passing away or anything at all. He was just like, yeah, okay, yeah, uh-huh.
He sounds like a
He
bitch.
disappeared.
He sounds like a bitch.
Yeah, he just said that he would rather play it instead of watching it.
Well, then
poor
come
guy.
join the fun, then.
Yeah.
No, he means like the actual card version.
Oh,
Yeah, probably.
Bitch.
my bad.
There was a teacher. I know we keep going back to how terrible our school was. This kid had done something wrong, and he used that term, my bad. And the teacher was like a 7-foot tall mongoloid dude. I think he was the wrestling coach. And this kid said, my bad. And he goes, you're bad. You think you could kick my ass? And the kid's like,
You got
my
one.
bad.
Why, thank you.
He totally thought this
You're
kid was trying to
welcome.
flex on him.
Was it Malone?
No.
I don't know whether he was alone or not. Why?
Or was it?
Post Malone.
I think that was his name, Malone or Maloney, something like that. The kid.
I don't even remember. I think his first name was Jesse.
Alright.
This car is about our debate from earlier, before we started this.
Daryl's wrong, just for the record.
Oh, I got this.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
I'm pretty sure everybody will get my card.
Is it the Underground Railroad?
Maybe.
And that. Yep.
Yeah.
I always thought Initial D would have been better for like a porno movie title.
Don't step on the gas.
Hey girl, don't worry. I'm gonna give you the Initial D.
But
I didn't step on the gas with my initial D.
that I think it's something like that. I keep wanting to call him Malone, but Malone or I don't know, but James, yeah, I think his name was James Malone. Remember, he was in history class with that younger guy. I think his name began with an M.
Watch your mouth.
But God, I can't remember his name either. But remember, he used to, or he didn't do it very long because he got in trouble for it a lot. But he kept answering with D's nuts. That was like his answer.
Wow, he is hilarious.
And yeah, I know, right? But at first, it was funny because like the teacher didn't know how to take it at first. Like he was just like confused by it, and then like it seemed like it took him a minute to understand what he was saying, and then he was offended. And then he warned him to not say it again, and he was dumb enough to do it. Like he did it again a few minutes later, and then, of course he gets sent to the principal's office. And he's like acting like he has no idea why he's being sent there. Like, what? What did I do? Yeah, he was a complete idiot. It's pretty terrible.
I think this might have been a situation that you dreamed, and then you woke up and you were like, "Man, that really happened."
No, he was like very. I think he had some pretty severe mental problems though, for real, because he was
Well,
very
most
like.
people we went to school with did.
Well, this is true.
Sounds like my wet dream.
I think the highlight of junior high, middle school for me was science class, where I won't give away his last name, but Brad was reading out loud and came across the word organism and organism, and even the teacher laughed at him. It was Mr. Hamilton, because if you remember, Mr. and Mrs. Hamilton shared a room.
Right.
Like they each had a room, but they had like a breezeway between them where they could fuck between classes or whatever. And we're all just sitting there, and Brad goes orgasm out loud. Everybody laughs, and Mr. Hamilton's just kind of giggling about it too. And he looks at him and goes, "Continue." And Brad's poor face was so freaking red he couldn't continue.
Yeah, and then our mom had a story about them too. They weren't actually together when she was in his class, but said that they were in the process of it, so that they were constantly flirting with each other and crap.
He was probably cheating on his wife, and she was probably cheating on her husband, and then they just being work buddies. They're like, "Yeah, let's get together and bang," and he's like, "Yeah."
I don't get it.
Me neither. That's why I masturbate every night.
Oh, okay.
That's masturbation.
Yep.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't know how to masturbate. I've tried it like a few billion times.
Does a Dutch rudder count?
Oh man.
I have a pedometer on my wrist at all times.
That's nice.
It went into the thousands all of a sudden for some reason.
I have a pedophile on my wrist at all times.
Really?
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
After trying blank out for the first time, I realized I enjoy blank. Oh, Mark Hansen must be a Canadian.
Racist.
Oh, no, I'll play this card and you'll understand.
I don't get it.
And if it offends you, I'm sorry.
Stop. Stop. Stop using our word.
Just look for the card about Mark Hansen, and you'll realize how Canadian he is, eh?
I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna find where you live and kill you.
So, Aaron, what other peeves do you have?
Well, just make sure you skull fuck me first.
Americans using Canadian words is a pretty big one.
I see this.
Well, collectively, let me say, we're sorry.
No!
Well, I'm sorry it offended you.
No! No! No!
This makes me want to watch that beer movie.
Beer Fest?
Oh. See, be more offended that Daryl just refers to it as the beer movie.
I can't remember what the heck it's called. Like
Strange
mystery
Brew.
formula. Yeah, there we go. Strange brew. I keep wanting to say like mystery formula or something.
I don't get
Well,
it.
I have tried.
You have tried.
Bob and Doug McKenzie. Strange Brew. If you
I don't
don't
get it.
I'm
Bill
sorry.
Cosby's Roofie collection.
Sam?
The first time I realized I enjoy wasting life away with video games and anime. A can of Old Spice butter spray. Flightless birds.
Who's busting up marijuana?
Cool refreshing taste of Pepsi.
Marijuana's bad for you, okay?
Okay.
Oh, the story of my insane moose.
See, that's why Mark Hansen must be Canadian.
I don't get it.
Well, moose don't grow naturally in any other country than Canada.
That's not true. They grow up in the Colorados.
Well, then you better annex Colorado, because it's a terrible place. We don't want it anymore.
Eh?
We'll give you Colorado for free.
You guys can have Alberta.
This just became Monopoly. Okay, I'll trade you Alberta for Colorado.
Don't Vasco, don't collect 200 toonies. Just go ahead and go straight to JLE.
How did you know about toonies?
I watched Trailer Park Boys. I watched Corner Gas. I watched Red Green. I mean, there's enough Canadian television down here for me to know. Loonies are singles because they're loners. Toonies are doubles because they're two. At least that's what I assume.
Oh, that is completely wrong.
If I got that wrong, I'm
Apologetic?
I'm so sorry.
Fucking son of a bitch.
Don't call my mother that. Maybe, I don't know, but don't call her that.
Oh my fuck. I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
I'm sorry. Despite recent media, Dr. Faggot, like that's not even a complete sentence.
Well, it sounds like a response to something that somebody else said.
Despite I can't even speak English. Despite media, Dr. Faggot.
So
It sounds like you're literally talking to a doctor named Dr. Faggot.
yeah.
Well, despite recent media, Dr. Faggot, coffee causes cancer. Despite recent media, 50,000 volts straight to the nipples.
Causes cancer.
And we're sorry. Despite recent media, this black card's dumb.
This black card's dumb.
That's right. He's probably plotting to make a voodoo doll to torture the hell out of you.
Crystal wins. We're done. Let's move on.
I'm going to savagely kill Sam.
Don't worry. Old age is doing that for you.
Well, I'm gonna do it with my hands.
Just make sure to put lotion on first.
Of course. What do I look like, a murderer?
No, you're Canadian. You'll feel sorry the whole time.
You just said it again, didn't you? Didn't you?
Yes, he did.
Well, the more I say it, the more I'm sorry for saying it.
Fucking no. You fucking no. Jesus fucking Christ.
Please hit me with a metal bat. Right in the face, please. I really want it. No, I will not hit you in the face with this metal bat. But I want it.
You know what I find extremely ironic, and I think I'm feeling quite a lot of Aaron's pain, is the fact that last time I saw this black card, I played the my metal bat against your stupid face card, and nobody fucking laughed, and I lost that round. Now somebody else plays it, and everybody's fucking yucking it up like it's the best card since sliced bread.
Well, maybe
So funny.
maybe you didn't play it right.
Well,
Oh
you
yeah,
know, I
that's
think
excuse.
my answer of a three-way with my wife and Shaquille O'Neal would be better than a metal bat to your face, but nobody cared.
No, nobody even chuckles at it. It's all of a sudden something hysterical.
I feel so unloved. Aaron's gonna murder me for being sorry. You guys can laugh at my card. I just don't get it. I feel so unloved.
Posting babbies?
Who's farting?
Excuse you. Must be Heather. She's giggling about it.
No, I just thought the whole context of the conversation was funny.
Nope. You can't get away with it a second time. We know you're farting.
It's not me.
Sure. Excuse you again.
It shouldn't be Aaron that you worry. It probably should be me you're worrying about, because I probably would come after you.
I have. One time I was over there, you were beating the living shit out of me.
I'd probably do that with my dick, but you know.
Then it would just become a sword fight.
I'm down for this.
I have chivalry. I'm gonna fight you. Here, zip.
I'm a master fighter or a master fencer.
I'm a master baiter.
Yeah.
Oh, this actually sounds like it just might be true.
Mine sounds like it might be exactly dead on.
Oh no.
If
I'll
we
be the judge.
really similar.
Mine sounds like I didn't try.
But you know what? You'll probably win this round because when I play a card, nobody fucking laughs at it until somebody else plays it.
Because it's not funny, Sam. The point of a joke is to be funny.
I went with a
know.
different one.
Oh, why did you go with a different one?
Oh my god, why?
Jesus Christ!
You're welcome.
Osama bin Swaggin.
Hold on, I didn't even fucking see that. I went to pick my nose, the next thing I know, next round.
The next thing you know, oh my
My fucking ears.
Well, I've been told I have a shrill voice twice now, so.
It's a sexy voice, Crystal. Don't worry. I share. I share the pain.
Thanks.
He's gonna beat you with his penis.
Oh man, I need a blank card for this.
Only if she wants it, Sam. Come on.
I could have wrote in why can't I get a metal bat to the face?
What?
Don't laugh at it. It's not hilarious. It's just Daryl trying to. He's trying to live in glory days when he played a card that everybody giggled about. You know, remember that? But nobody gave a shit when I played it to the.
No, I
same
don't
card.
remember.
Yeah, I don't either.
That happened?
I'm trying to repress it.
Sam's jealous.
I'm not jealous. I'm just fat.
I'll go with the second best thing.
Well, that last card, great.
Yeah, that's totally insightful. Whoever made that card.
Well, it's not even a blank card. Yeah,
It's just a card.
It's a legit card.
No, don't you fucking lie to me.
Well, I would apologize, but I'd get an extra meeting.
You're damn right, you
For the record, I have just passed gas.
Huh. It's
That's
amazing.
hot.
Well, welcome.
Thanks, Sam.
You are welcome.
What a beautiful face I have found in this place that is circling all around.
All round. Daryl.
All
round.
no, you gotta put that little bit of a like accent into it. You gotta be like all round, like
Careful, if you get too close to Canadian, he'll beat your ass.
all around, like you're trying to say all around, but you just couldn't quite do it right, like all around.
First card wins. Let's go.
Oh, the cards are out. Wow.
Welcome.
Huh?
You're welcome.
I think he means come literally.
Actually, I think I'm gonna go with that.
Wow. Wow.
Sexually aroused Jew would
Well,
have been funny.
but no, it makes sense because like the place is circling all around like you're drunk.
Wow, Daryl. Wow.
You racist.
That is incredibly racist.
Us Canadians have to stand together. We cannot stand for
Or
this
condemns.
all
Yeah,
racism.
You gotta drink your strange brews and.
You know the Hart family are from Canada.
Represent, fam.
Somebody is lining up their cocaine over there.
Crystal.
Not me this time, I swear.
If it were Crystal, it would be meth, because she prefers to snort things with her name in it.
I don't get it.
Sounds like somebody's fucking pixies over there now.
Heather.
Either that or she's
Doing a
trying
remix.
terribly to be a DJ. Let me scratch this record. Wiki, 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 wiki. Mommy, I think I'm crickling depth. Taking a man-sized dump in your friend's cat box. You guys still got a cat box? Because I really have to go. Mommy, I think I'm Pee Wee Herman's gallbladder.
I think I'm bees.
Because I like it most, and the next time I'm over there, that's what I'm gonna do.
Fuck you.
I thought that was the plan anyways, babe.
Oh man.
Again.
No.
Daryl will explode.
Yeah, I really
And not
can't.
in the way that I want him to.
I gotta definitely pass out.
Between Daryl's racism and your overt sexuality, I cannot believe what is going on tonight.
Just like you couldn't believe I was actually making friends with that girl the other time.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that was vile. How do you make friends so fast?
I don't know.
I have to know people for like 50 years before I consider them a friend. And I'm not even that old.
Through the power of anime. Anime brings people together.
I think later on, yeah, didn't she send you guys some photos of like food she had eaten and thrown up or something? Because I had logged in, yeah, the other day I had logged in and there was a picture of a bowl with vomit in it, and Aaron was talking about cheddar cheese or something.
What?
Yeah, I didn't ask her to send me any pics. She's just sent the pics to me.
Sure.
What I do.
You asked to see her hootenanny, we know it.
What?
We know
Oh.
you pervert.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I didn't swing that way. I'm sorry.
So that means she's like 13.
I never said I wasn't a pervert.
Anyways, I better pass out here. So,
Okay.
good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
I thought it was clear that I was already perverted minded.